With the official announcement that Josh Berry will replace Kevin Harvick in the 4 car starting in 2024, we can officially say that the Stewart-Haas Racing rebuild has finally begun. But as of right now, I don't think Stewart-Haas Racing is done with their 2024 plans just yet, as one more seat in that 4 car stable is yet to be determined. And that car is none other than the 10 car. Currently driven by Eric Almirola, the 10 car's plans for 2024 are a bit of a mystery, as Almirola doesn't know whether to return or to retire. Almirola was originally supposed to retire after the 2022 season, but within the several months after that said announcement, he changed his mind and returned for this year. He also has an option to return for next year, but he still doesn't know whether to retire or not. If Almirola does decide to leave, who can be a part of this Stewart-Haas Racing rebuild? Well, in today's discussion time, that being the first ever installment of this series, I am here to answer that question. Hello everyone, I am the host Carter Leonard. Before we get into today's video, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more videos, guys. We're really trying our best to pump out the content the best way we can. It would be greatly appreciated. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So for today, we are looking at the 3 most likely candidates that I think could possibly be in the 10 car for next year. Note, this is just my opinion and what I think. Everybody is subjected to their own opinions, and I think these drivers are the most likely candidates in my humble opinion. So without further ado, let's get to the first candidate. Starting up, we have the 2021 Daytona 500 champion himself, Michael McDowell. Ah, yes, the most underrated driver currently in the Cup Series, in my humble opinion. McDowell, for the most part, has had a very solid Cup Series career, mainly in the 34 car for Front Row Motorsports. While McDowell has a decent amount of talent and somewhat funding from Love's Travel Stop, he isn't considered to be the very long-term guy, as he's only 38 as of right now. There's no doubt in my mind that McDowell doesn't have talent. I definitely think he does. The only problem is that I think SHR wants those long-term drivers, mainly young guys, in the future. But if they were to pick up McDowell for the 10 car, that would not be a bad decision at all. I think McDowell has really outperformed in the equipment that he is in, and I don't think that would be a bad pick at all. But, however, if we're going to go for the young side of talent, there are a couple of guys who are in this video that I think have the best chance. Now you may ask yourselves, well, if McDowell isn't the answer, and the young guy is, who is that young guy exactly? Well, my friends, I think the main young guy and who I believe should get the 10 car is none other than 2022 Truck Series champion Zane Smith. We've all seen what Zane Smith is capable of doing in the lower divisions, mainly the Truck Series, and he's already getting Cup starts in the 38 car for Front Row Motorsports this year. It would be pretty easy to guess that Zane Smith will be in the Cup Series no later than next season. How does he fit the SHR mold exactly? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. He's currently the best prospect in NASCAR as of right now, and this is a driver that Tony Stewart and Gina Us can't miss out on. I mean, let's be real. They missed out on the Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch sweepstakes. You have to take your chances with Zane Smith. Now, with Zane, there's only 2 problems. A, does he have enough funding behind him? And B, if he's able to go to SHR. Yeah, what many people don't realize is that not only does he have an exclusive contract with Ford itself, but with Front Row Motorsports as well. So technically, if he were to go to SHR, his contract would have to be bought out, which I don't think Front Row Motorsports is going to let go of Zane Smith that easily. They have a generational talent in their hands. Why would they let him go that easy? They'd be stupid to. But maybe SHR could probably put out a deal that Front Row Motorsports can't refuse, and they might still get Zane. Who knows? And now for the third and final driver who I think has a realistic shot, but probably the least amount of spots when it comes to expectations of probably getting the 10 car, is Todd Gilliland. Now, let's be real. Gilliland has impressed the NASCAR world this year with his runs he has put up in the 38 car. Multiple top 10s, consistently a top 15 driver when he's behind the wheel of the 38 if it's not Zane Smith driving the car. Now, we know that Todd Gilliland has talent, and you would think that Tony Stewart has a big eye for talent and he would probably snatch up Todd, right? Well, not only does Todd have talent, but there's one thing that he does not have, and that is funding. Yeah, what many people forget is that that's one of the main reasons that he's not in the 38 full time this year. Zane Smith's sponsorships from WellCare and whatever that Teal sponsor is have came to fill out the 38 spot for the majority of the season with whatever sponsorship Todd Gilliland brings. And mainly for Zane Smith to get cup starts. But that doesn't mean that it's all doom and gloom for Todd Gilliland, as he's heavily considered to be one of the top prospects to probably get the 10 car. It's not out of the realm of possibility. He is a Ford driver. He has shown out. And the only thing is that, does he actually want to leave Front Row Motorsports? Because, in my opinion, Front Row Motorsports has performed better than Stewart-Haas Racing this year. I mean, we're not going to act like Stewart-Haas Racing is just a complete, magical land as of right now. No, they're absolutely terrible. But I think with Todd Gilliland, you could probably have a glimpse of back to relevancy. Now, I'm not saying Todd Gilliland is better than Zane Smith by a mile. I think Zane Smith is a more talented guy, but if you can't get Zane, you can always get Todd. It's as simple as that. With all that being said, those are the three drivers who I think have a realistic chance of potentially getting the 10 car for 2024. Now, I haven't actually predicted on who I think is actually going to get it. Well, I'm here to give you that answer, ladies and gentlemen. Drumroll, please. I believe Zane Smith will get the 10 car, ladies and gentlemen. I just think that this is an opportunity that Stewart-Haas Racing cannot miss out on. Zane Smith is potentially a future Cup champion, and I think that Tony Stewart would love to see Zane Smith not only raise a Cup Series championship, but raise a Cup Series championship under his team. So if you ask me who I think is the best candidate to get the 10 car, you're looking at him in this photo, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pass it on to you. Who do you think is the best candidate to drive the 10 car for Stewart-Haas Racing next year? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching the first ever installment of Discussion Time, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying to pump out content the best way we can, and hopefully this is a new series that you guys will like. Be sure to hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, and subscribe for more content. Also, new episode of the Checkers for Wreckers podcast will be out tomorrow. Be sure to tune into that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.